Tell me about Colonel Rose.
Wow. So we did the whole year, 2006, and this was January of 2007. We'd finally put everything up. We were fixing to ship home um, after a whole year of a lot of fighting. I mean, just a lot of shooting and a lot of fighting. Lost some friends. We lost a Chinook. We lost an Apache and a friend with that. Um, but a lot of the stuff was ring routes that we'd follow the Chinooks or the Blackhawks as they were dropping off beans and bullets of the different fobs. And there were fights, all over the here and there. But so did we really do anything worthy, so to speak? And so on that last, pretty much that last week that we were in Bagram, all of a sudden the sergeant comes in and says, "Hey guys," to all us pilots, warrant officers, he goes like, "Colonel Rose wants to meet everybody," and all we're like, so we're going to go in, to the main, the brigade headquarters, and Colonel Rose was the full bird colonel for 10th Mountain Division, and we had not seen him all year. We didn't even know anything about him, and so now he wants to see us and all that. We're like, okay. So we're sitting there, and we're in a room surrounded. In the middle was a big table, and there was by that time about 14 of us pilots. We're sitting around the room, and all of a sudden, the aide de camp opens the door and says, like, "Gentlemen, Colonel Rose, room attention." So, all right, hey, everybody, stand out. Everybody, as you were, as you were, as you were. So he starts walking around, and he says, like, "Hey guys, I'm really sorry I was not able to get with you guys through the year because I was running an entire brigade, and you guys here had thousands of hours of flight time in the Apache and in civilian world and all. Um, my 10th Mountain guys in the Chinooks and the Blackhawks, he goes, a lot of them were 250 hours, 500 hours total time. I was one of the low time pilot in commands in the Apache, our squadron, at 4,500 hours. And yeah, that's giant. Even Christy, that's the hooker that's in the movie, she said like, yeah, we saw y'all's stats when y'all showed up, and we're like, damn, these guys are stacked. I mean, we had hours. Uh, Pretty much every one of our pilot commands was either an instructor pilot. I was an instructor pilot, or a maintenance test pilot, or a standardization pilot. All of us. And so yeah, he goes, "I'm really sorry, to get to meet with you guys, but I had a whole brigade to run and all this, and so you guys really gave it to him this year. You guys really helped us out more than I can ever tell you. And I'm gonna tell you right now, when you first showed up, I don't know if you remember, but one of our convoys was a ground convoy was hit um in an ambush. It was under fire. They called medevac, and you guys came out of Bagram with the medevac down to that area, and to the south, to the east of Kabul, and you weren't going to be able to land, or the medevac wasn't going to be able to land because it was still under fire and all. And but as soon as the Apache showed up, they ran. The bad guys ran, and the medevac landed, and that soldier had taken the RPG through his belly. The RPG was stuck in his stomach, and the medevac picked him up, took him to the aid station. They said like, "Oh crap, this is a live round, live ordnance." So they had to get the RPG out of him, and all huge gaping hole and all this. Um, they got that done. He said then they ended up, obviously bringing him back here to Bagram, and then from there they sent him to Germany. And he goes, as far as I knew, after that, they said, Colonel Rose, it doesn't look good. We're not gonna. It doesn't look good, but he's headed home, and all. And then this is when Colonel Rose was walking around the room and looking us in the eye and giving us his coin and saying like, "You guys don't understand that I had given up." He said he gave up. He goes, "I had forgotten about him. I thought, yep, he's going to die, and let's go on. We've got a war." This happened at the very beginning when we first showed up, the beginning of 2006. And he goes, and everybody kind of forgot about him. War's raging. You guys were doing the same thing all year long, shooting the bad guys, helping my guys get in and out and all that. And then one day, it's about 6 months later, he said, "I get an envelope. And in this envelope is a letter and a picture and it's that soldier, and he's holding his newborn baby. And he
Mm.
says, "Thank you so much." And he goes, "You guys, if it wouldn't have been for you, we never would have gotten him out of there."
Wow.
Yeah. And this was a battle-hardened Task Force 160th former commander that was emotional telling us that. And I
Wow.
want to tell you right now, all of us were like, holy crap. Yeah.
Yeah.